Ah, konnichiwa. What of this? Today I've bought some wooden interdental toothbrushes. Yes, wooden interdental toothbrushes because in Japan we do everything in wood, of course. Actually, the dentist prescribed me normal interdental toothbrushes, and they are a bit more complicated. But the trouble is that with those interdental toothbrushes, you have several sizes, big, small, and they have a rather intricate head. And the idea is that you put some toothpaste on it and then go between your teeth. But if I do that and I put it between my teeth and I pull out, the toothpaste gets stuck behind my teeth. And I don't think that anything really gets in between the teeth, which is the idea. But so basically it's a toothpick. So I bought some wooden toothpicks. And the advantage of those toothpicks is that one size fits all because it's pointed. So really, I don't see the use of those intradental toothbrushes, except if you have really big gaps between your teeth. Now they prescribed it to me because uh, they took plaque away, and indeed there are some gaps now, but they just aren't big enough. Oh, something else which is also maybe interesting, that is that somebody here on the site is now on the YouTube channels is now always complaining about where has J-vlogging gone? J-vlogging is gone. No, it's not really gone. Some people are still doing it, but it isn't really a big. I don't see the. I, I don't see the chat. That's all. Um, no, it's not gone. But well, it isn't a big success anymore as it was in the past. That's clear. People don't watch it anymore. You also see that the older J-vloggers, their view rate has seriously gotten down. Some people are still around and are actually making videos of really high professional quality, like Kamuchi-san, for instance. But she also had very, very good Japanese. It's amazing. Maybe I put a link in the description, but I often promise to put a link in the description and always forget it. Now, yeah. So I think it's just a bit less. In the past, we had a J-vlogging community. Gary from based in Japan said there was never a community. Partly he's right, but that's especially because he hasn't actually been a part of it. But you know, that was based on interchange students and interchange teachers. And the students, yeah, they come and go, and after 6 months or a year, they are gone. And in the beginning, they grouped a bit together, but that's gone now. It doesn't happen anymore. It's a bit of a pity. But in general, things on YouTube, there is not really a place anymore for amateurs, let's say. You sometimes see YouTube videos like do this, do that to make your channel a success. One of those advices they give is put something on YouTube each day. Each day! But that's a full-time job, huh? Yeah. And it doesn't pay. And I don't think that it's a guarantee for success. There are quite a lot of channels which are rather successful and they put something on the net once a week or once a month even. So it's not really necessary. And also something which lots of people don't say is this: you can pay for promotion for your video. And I think lots of people do that, but everybody shuts up about it as if they don't. But they do. They do. That's the only thing which can explain the success of some of those people. And also, that's also not said, some of those people did arts, drama, or theater, or so, or they took lessons and so on. And so it's a career choice for them. It's not as if they just put a camera in front of them and start talking to the camera. It's not true. It's some kind of a career choice. And that's also something they don't say. And in the past, at least 10 years ago, you could do it without such a background. Yeah. But nowadays that's gone, and I think the smartphone plays a big role in it, because back in those days, uh, it started with wanting to tell something to the people back home. Yeah, and then you put the movie on YouTube and you send them the link, and then they could watch it. And some of them became quite popular. But nowadays, you take your smartphone and you're connected with your friends, family, at home, and they can talk via video link with you. So nobody actually really needs that YouTube thing around it anymore. And I think that also plays a big role. Some people think it's because of TikTok, but I'm not surprised. I'm not convinced about that. I think it's actually more about the fact that video and video calling nowadays is really available to everybody, anywhere, and you don't need a video repository anymore to show people what you do, or how your day has been, or how your week has been. You don't need that anymore, so people don't use it anymore, and they have a much more direct contact with each other. There are few people who are still working like they did in the past, but not a lot anymore. And I think even that most of the people who still do it out of nostalgia. It's incredible. One of those guys who says, "Oh, J-vlogging is gone. J-vlog community is gone." First of all, he never puts links on his YouTube homepage uh, to other people. He doesn't do that. You can do that. You can put on the homepage of your YouTube channel links to other channels. So, and that's what you actually have to do to build up a community. But he doesn't do that. And in the past 10 years ago or so, that happened much more often. Nowadays, it's almost gone. A few people still do it. I do it a lot. You find a lot of links down beneath. By the way, if you know people who are vlogging, J-vlogging, in these days, please put it in the comments so that I can check them out. And if I don't get 2 or 3 reactions, I'll probably all check them. If it's really a success, I will probably only check 5 or 6. And then I can put links on my homepage. But really, somebody said, I don't know who it was, that YouTube is turning into a kind of a Netflix. And I think there's some truth in it. It already started also 10 years ago, but in the very beginning in 2005, when YouTube came about, that when it was still an independent company and not owned by Google, then actually the very first idea was to make it into a dating site. But they dropped that idea rather fast. I don't know whether it actually was in that with that idea on available already on the internet, and they made it in some kind of more general site. But the videos were also much shorter. But even and then, yeah, it was only interesting for well, maybe an advertisement video, so that could have been put on it. But most of the things were rather short, and the length became more and more. Now that you can put 3 hours on it, which is amazing. But it means that you can put full feature movies on it. And YouTube moved a bit away from the original. When I started with it, and that's 10 years ago, which isn't such a long time ago, it's not the beginning of YouTube, but in those days I had the idea that YouTube tried to do something as kind of social media, which was actually more or less the beginning of it. But nowadays that's gone. They supported newcomers. I don't think they really do that anymore. There were more possibilities for the aspect of social media, but you really have the idea that's all dropping away. Partly that is because there's such a lot on it. In 2014, there was more than 300 hours of video per minute uploaded. Now it's already 3 or 4 years that they say more than 500 hours per minute. And it doesn't get less. Sometimes somebody erases something, but in general, everything is still there. So who is going to watch all of that? So I think that are all circumstances which play an enormous role for for the way the YouTube handles the whole thing, and also for the way the viewers handle it. Well, that's all I wanted to say today. For this, everything is quiet, but not too quiet, which is a good thing. Thank you for watching. Bye.